Welcome to Super Gamecast 2 Turbo.
The second. The better one.
The improved one.
Yes.
It has, we have Dan in ours.
Oh, okay.
No, that was, no, he wasn't, what was, I'm trying to think of who was added in Turbo. We have T-Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, I'm trying to think of, like, who was not in the, like, earlier rosters. Yeah, okay.
A lot of people play T-Hawk.
You know, you would be surprised.
Okay.
Last tournament I was in for Street Fighter 4, I played a really good T-Hawk who gave me the business.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Ryu did not have a good time that day. But yeah.
But he learned from the experience.
He did. And then he won 2 more matches and then lost again.
Okay.
Anyway, hey man.
Hey, what's going on?
It's been a week.
What's going on, Bronson Fiore?
What is going on, Mr. Aaron Reynolds?
Oh, hanging out.
Yeah, same. Looking for housing for the both of us, it seems.
Yeah, as we were talking about, I'm hoping to get some proper housing here in a little bit.
Yeah, have a bedroom.
Have a bedroom. You know, living in a studio is nice. It's fine. You know, when you're first moving out on your own, like getting a little studio, figuring your things out, it's good for that. But I'm on the other end of that whole quest, so now like I'm living in the studio. And when you're in the same place as your bed, you want to sleep a lot.
You either want to sleep a lot, or like I just feel like I'm not as productive.
Right, you just don't want to do work.
Or like I'm just not using that space properly. Like I look at, like, I think about like when Steph moves out, about like I'm just gonna turn this into a full office.
Right.
Yeah, like next, like she's planning to move out next year, and I'm just gonna stay here and continue to save money because it's cheap.
Sure.
But yeah, no.
You're looking.
But I am looking because, like, as I was saying earlier, like I've had the immense wanderlust to get the hell out of Reno.
Yep. I get that.
Because I feel like everybody in Reno says fuck Reno, but then they fondly remember Reno.
It's, you know, I imagine a lot of cities are like this, but just because we were both in Reno, it just seems very particular. Because Reno is like this oasis in the middle of the desert, and it just feels like, oh, well, I guess I'm here. And again, it's not a bad city. It has its problems, but
like compared to like I like hear about like Redding, California, or like Tulsa from like we used to work with Brittany.
Yep.
And she would like tell me shit about Tulsa, and I'm like, oh fuck, God, Reno does sound nice. Like just shit like that. Like it's, I don't know, man. It's weird, but it's not like.
It's also, you're trying to live life, and when you realize you've spent, however many years, maybe even your whole life, living there in that one spot, like, through no fault of the cities, like, there's a growing resentment of it because of that.
And I think that part of it is, like, in my case, it's like 2013 is when I was, like, starting to feel like I'm ready to get out. Yeah. And right after that, I lost my, like, what at the time was a good paying job for Reno, $11 an hour with unlimited OT, to like, then my mom became disabled, and I had to take care of her.
Yep.
And then, like, that was kind of like my thought process until, like, my aunt started taking care of her, and then I'm like, cool. And then I got a really high paying job for the time. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And then the rest of the city caught up because thanks, Elon Musk.
Right, yeah.
Thanks, Elon Musk. Thanks, Obama.
Sitting on the top of Mount Rose smoking a doobie.
Yeah.
Being like, you're welcome. We're bringing a tunnel underneath Reno.
God, that man is crazy.
He's crazy, and I'm on one hand totally supportive, and on the other hand very skeptical.
Someone pointed out like he's just like real life Lex Luthor.
Yeah, except he hasn't decided whether to be super evil yet.
Yeah.
He's just being crazy just because he can.
Like,
I don't know.
I mean, like, if you were that smart and had that kind of money, wouldn't you?
I mean, I'd like to think I would do things for good and all that, but
I'm sure he has a ton of humanitarian shit. But
I mean, yeah, sure.
But I mean, also, wouldn't you launch a car into fucking space?
You know, absolutely.
Like,
with a spacesuit on it.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, what a waste of time. I'm just like, nah, bro. If I had that kind of money, I would totally launch a car into space. Fuck yeah.
Imagine like a space crew going up into space, and then they look to like the window on their right, and there's like a car with an astronaut thing like waving his arm, like, oh, hey, it's Elon's. I forget if they named that guy. I forget, but just to see that'll be like a space tourist thing. That'll be the very first space tourist thing. That'll be the International Space Station, and then there's the Elon car, the Tesla going around in space. Provided you can dodge all the space debris and the satellites up there. Like,
oh Lord.
I don't know. I get it.
Yeah, like this town has this like weird thing with him now.
What do you mean?
What like? Well, because like Tesla's so huge here now. Like,
right.
That's like I feel like 3/4 of everyone I know it works at Tesla, and the other fourth works at either a warehouse or call center that pays what Tesla pays. You know,
right.
so and then there's a small like fraction of people who just sell drugs.
So you're saying that like the other portion's still Reno?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Except now the crack motels are being torn down.
Right. So
yeah.
Okay. You know, it sounds like a net positive.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll see how it goes because the housing market's getting fucked.
That's the thing is like there were problems with Reno, but it was livable.
Yeah, like now it's like, oh, there are problems with Reno, but now we have this space whale downtown and not affordable housing.
Ooh. Space whale.
Yeah, it's cool as hell.
I don't know what that is.
It is a whale, like, it's this, like, art exhibit where it's, like, this whale with, like, all these rainbow colors and it's made out of metal and shit. And they, like, put it downtown near the skate park, like, area. And, it looks awesome. But they paid, like, some obscene amount for it. And a bunch of other art. And we're just like, huh. So what are you going to do about this housing problem? They're like, oh.
Right. How about another space whale? Would that help?
One of the things that made me laugh was they put out... Oh, God, this is so funny. They just opened up, like, it was like 400 units of affordable housing, where it's like $400 a month, right?
Yeah.
And, like, you think that'd be a good idea?
Yep.
And they're studios. But then they showed, like, the picture of the studio. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a dorm room?
Probably.
And it's literally like the size of a dorm room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's for people who just don't have a lot and they need a place to stay. It's not for you, Bronson.
I'm well aware, man, but I'm just like, you couldn't at least give them a kitchen?
Kitchen would be nice. Goddamn. Yeah. Is it like shared kitchen?
I guess.
Okay.
Just like when Ray and I went to go see, like, when Ray was looking for apartments, there was this one that was like, it's like 4 bedrooms connected to a central kitchen area / toilet.
Oh man, see, I don't know.
So it's just like, oh, okay, you have your room, you have your own room with your curtain and your couch bed and your TV and all your stuff and your closet. It's a nice little studio thing. And then you open a door to like a communal kitchen, and then that's connected to like a communal bathroom. And like I'm just like, and like your front door is like a sliding glass door, and like they had like limits on like people that could visit. And I'm like, Ray, you should just move into this for like 2 months. Bring over like a new woman like every single night. Because like Ray has the power to do that. I'll tell some of those stories later.
Word. Okay.
And like, and just like constantly just like walk around in the common like kitchen area naked. And just
establish dominance in the shared kitchen.
Yes.
Good God.
Just I want to see like, because like there's no rule against that. Like so it's like.
No, not officially. No.
And I'm just like, because like this is another idea. Like, I get it. You want to make housing affordable for people, and I guess sharing a kitchen isn't the worst thing in the world, especially because you each get your own fridge.
Oh, that's nice.
But like on the other side, I'm just like, come on now.
You know, it's for people who are just who have been homeless probably and just got a job and they need to be somewhere where they can be stable for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely, and I get the point of that. And that one, in my opinion, that one is way better than the fucking dorm room.
Right.
Like it. Like at least with that one, it's like okay, I have a kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Good Lord.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, like I feel like we need to be better about helping each other sometimes.
Let me tell you, the theme for like the last 3 years has been maybe we should concentrate on helping each other more, figuring that out.
And I even think about like that within my like family, where just like I totally I totally had relatives who were like cool with like me moving back east or being homeless. And I'm just like, really? Y'all like, and like they could, and I know their financial situations are like, you could easily afford to pay this 1 month of rent for me. You assholes. And this was 6 years ago when I was in a far worse place, but still, like, yeah, no, those, like, just, I don't know. Be better to each other, people.
Yeah, a lot of people are going through hard times, as one famous wrestler put it. But it's hard. It's hard out there, man. Just watch out for yourself, but also, keep an eye on your fellow man.
Exactly. Like and I get it, taking care of yourself alone is hard. Like it is a hard task.
When you're first learning it, especially.
Yeah, and like, especially like, like we kind of came out of a school system that taught us dick. Right. When it came to like practical shit.
Yep.
Like I took one home economics class in middle school.
Man, I'm glad you got the one.
Yeah, no. When I went into high school, they immediately got rid of small engine repair.
Oh.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a course you take at Reno High.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they killed it my freshman year. So it's just like, I feel like that's like, I don't even think they need like these simple like adulting classes. I think like small engine repair would be a good one to bring back, or just car maintenance.
Car maintenance is a good one.
Yeah, because like the one that people always bring up that like I find hilarious though is like, no one taught me how to do my taxes. I'm like, that's fucking easy, honey.
Well, you
copy the box to the box.
Right. No, that's fine. Maybe if they were like trying to prepare you for later on in life, because when you're first starting out, it's like, here's my W-2, box. Okay. Even especially with TurboTax and all that.
Yeah, but even last year when I had like a bunch of weird shit to file for because I was an Uber driver as well, so like I had all my write-offs. Like, it's not that hard, man. Just keep track of your miles, keep track of what you spend for the business, write down what it is, what it's for, and then just copy it over to a form.
Sure.
Like it's.
But some people need that guiding hand for things that we may, have figured out.
And then also, I'm just like, dude, we live in the age of the internet. Like,
there
come
are
on,
YouTube videos for everything at this point.
Yeah, like anything you need to know. I've learned how to repair my lawnmower last week. My lawnmower was broken, and I went on YouTube and I found a fix that did not cost me any money.
My boss used to run a strawberry farm out on one of his homes in like Whidbey Island, and he learned all of it through just YouTube videos. He just did and he had a successful strawberry farm for like 8 years. People would like buy out his entire stock when he went to the farmer's market, and it was just people would like, how did you figure this out? Do you come from like a line of farmers? Like, I just looked at some shit on the internet. Here's your strawberries.
Like that's the thing that I feel so many people don't understand is like, this is the most powerful tool man has ever made.
Yep.
Like you can learn anything, and they just they don't realize it. Like I'm just like I have so many people on my Facebook feed and Twitter feed who are just like, well, I never learned how to do blank. I'm like, fucking Google it.
You want to talk about classes, practical classes? How about how to browse the internet? How to determine good information from bad?
Yeah, that's we definitely could use better compliment classes.
Yep.
But I'm just like sitting here. I'm just like, look, bruh. Just
when I moved to Maryland, my mom had to concentrate on getting her college degree because she was kind of starting over. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't around a whole lot. So it was like 16-year-old me and my brother kind of by ourselves in the apartment a lot. Mm-hmm. So it was like, and that was during that time when I had to learn how to shave and learn how to take care of other issues. And it's like the internet became my third parent. Because it's capable of it.
Like, dude, no, because like my dad passed away around the same time as yours did, and my mom had to support us.
Yeah.
So it was one that just I had still had 3 years till graduation, and she was also trying to get her nurses certification and stuff done. So just a lot of it, I was just like, huh, I need to learn this. Internet it is.
Internet, let's go.
And a lot of times just some of the information my mom just didn't have.
Right.
So yeah, no, it was. Oh, but it's this thing where it's just it's like watching someone complain about not being able to write, as they have a perfectly good hand and pen and everything. Just no, sir. You are using the tool. You're just choosing to bitch on social media instead of looking up what you want.
Man, every time I boot up Twitter, I feel like that's exactly what that platform is for better or for worse.
Twitter has actually become my favorite one.
Yeah, I get that.
Because, my Twitter is just mostly nonsense.
Right. I guess it depends on who you're following too. I don't know. Reddit's probably my favorite. There's a lot of interesting conversation, as well as posting useful information and news and things like that. It's very good about all that. But you do run into some crazy people.
My problem with Reddit is just it's is the whole sub community thing. Granted, I can find conversations for whatever I want.
Yep. It's the ultimate forum, really.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It is the world forum. Which is great, because it has murdered most other forums I go to. Right. There's 2 left that aren't Reddit. And, I love Reddit because it's also not blocked by my work. So
that's good.
When we're slow, I can just fuck around on Reddit all day. You watched the JoJo.
Oh, right. So we were talking about this earlier. I started watching JoJo for the first time recently, and I am a little less than midway through the second part. First part was like to me, because we talked about this. I was watching the Japanese dub, uh, as opposed to the English one that Bronson is used to.
Oh,
And
it's so horribly overacted and stupid.
yeah, see, when you don't understand Japanese and they're doing their thing, it's like, they're into it, but I can't tell, like, yeah, overacting or anything like
How
that.
ham they are going.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so like to me, the first part seemed very straightforward, and there were some like little funny things like Robert E.O. Speedwagon, and a couple other things like that, and it was fine to watch. It was like another anime. Second part started, and man, I don't know. I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to get into the like the super emphasis on this person pointing a finger, or someone attaching like 15 grenades to this person's scarf while they weren't looking. Like, what? Okay.
Yeah, okay, so you're getting into Stardust Crusaders. Good.
We're getting there.
Good.
We're not there yet, but we're good. We're getting there.
You are gonna start. You will fall in love with that show at that point.
I'm ready, because I'm not quite there yet, but I'm like first season I was like, okay, that was an anime, that's fine. Second part, like halfway through, it's like, okay, this has like a lot of personality. There's something going on here.
So here's the thing. I encourage you to go back and watch those first 3 episodes in English.
The first 3 specifically.
Yes, because that will tell you if you are sold on this stupidity or not.
So, can I skip the first episode?
But why?
Because the whole episode is like establishing Dio is a dick to Joe, to Jonathan.
Yes.
It's like, you just sit there. It's like, it really establishes your hatred for Dio, which is great. But like,
is that the
I
one
want to sit through that again.
Does he kill the dog in the first episode, or is that the second?
First.
Ah, fuck. That was so fucked.
Yeah, no, tortures him like the whole episode. It's like, I don't want to sit through that again. I'll do second and third.
Fine.
You really as long as I can hear him shout like useless.
As long as you get the episode where he tries to steal his girl.
I think that's first episode too.
Yeah,
though.
I think you need to do first episode then.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, but all the overacting makes it fucking great.
Yeah, I hope so. Because my favorite thing about the show that I've seen is that they'll just like switch the art style up in terms of like the color palette, like in the middle of a scene, and all of a sudden this person with brown hair has pink hair and his skin turns green because like the whole lighting thing changed, and I love that. It is so colorful and vibrant, and it's just crazy. So I don't know. I'm into it now. I nodded off in the middle of the last episode because it was a long day of work, and then I immediately jumped into. We went by like a music shop to grab some vinyl records, and then we went back to his place, and I downed like 5 beers watching JoJo, and I just kind of started nodding off at around 11:30, and so like my last memory is of Joestar like trying to crawl away from these giant bad guys, and then they would look toward him, and then he'd play dead. And then they'd look back, and then they would look away, and then he'd start crawling away again. It's like, which is completely, that Joseph Joestar is just like a completely different person from the Jonathan Joestar of first part.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's funny. I love it.
Oh god, I look forward. So I actually started rewatching that series. I'm on episode 8. So I'm gonna see if I can catch up and keep up with you boys.
We're not going to be doing it like every week or anything like that. Just when we can.
All right, what episode are you on again?
I'm on 15 right now.
Okay.
Or I'm either on 15 or just finished 15. I haven't checked.
Yeah, you can probably catch up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you'll have no problem. We don't do it again. We don't do it every week. So, but I'll keep you and this podcast updated on my JoJo experience.
Cool. So video games.
Hey, video games. Did you play them?
I did. I transported to the year 2004.
Okay.
Played. My 360 was just sitting in the living room, and I had the urge to play some original Xbox games. And I was like, okay, that thing plays those.
Yep.
And I played some Burnout 3 Takedown.
Yeah.
Which, man, that game's still awesome. Still
that game
holds
is
up
great.
so well. And then I played some ESPN NFL 2K5.
That's another great game.
And let me tell you about how mad I am at Madden still. About that it has been 15 years. And the passing game and offensive line play in this game is still better than the latest Madden.
Yeah, I believe it. I haven't played it in a while, but that was a fun game.
Yeah.
Even like presentation-wise, the things they did. I think Chris Berman was doing a lot of stuff with that, right? Bronson?
Yes, he was. Yes.
Yeah. So, I don't know, that was fun. It's always fun to have Chris Berman talking about the game you're playing.
Yeah, and like the weird, awkward like interviews with players that aren't actually them afterwards.
Right.
I also love doing a bunch of trades, like to get like Clinton Portis back on the Broncos and shit.
Right.
Like just like, oh yeah, this era of the Broncos and like era of these teams were really fun. You know?
Sure.
Like,
yep.
Or like I'll adjust the rosters so T.O. and Randy Moss are both on the Patriots.
Oh man.
Like just tearing it up. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was nice to revisit. It was nice to go back to Madden, or not go back to Madden. Go back to 2K. Get sad for a little bit. That like
I think around that time I was playing NFL Street. That was my game.
I have that. It just doesn't work on 360, sadly.
No.
You actually have to own an original Xbox for that.
Damn. Okay.
Bummer. This is what game preservation is so hard.
Apparently.
Like if you want to play everything, like it is a bitch. Like to play everything I actually own, I have to keep a PC, a Wii U, a Wii, a 360, an original Xbox, a PS3, a PS2, a PS4, an Xbox One, all in the house. Oh, and an N64 and a Super Nintendo.
Yeah. I wish there was a way they could sell like little Xbox minis or N64 minis and I don't know, have some sort of attachment so you can just plug your game or whatever in, and then the little mini box has the infrastructure or whatever for the console, and so it's sort of a cheap-ish way of keeping an original Xbox console without having to rely on this old hardware to keep going, and then they could continually support it.
Right. I think honestly what just needs to happen is what Microsoft is doing, where it's just like, here, everything on this box. But like Microsoft, like the problem with that is what are some of the best, like Burnout 3 is one of the best games on the original Xbox, right?
Right.
And that's the best way to play that game is on the original Xbox. They have it running fine. Same thing with the Project Gotham games. And Mech Assault 2. I bet you they have all those running fine on their emulator. It's just licensing for digital download. And like whatnot. Like I'm betting you that like I am 100% betting you that like Microsoft went and was like, oh, Mech Assault 2, great game. Awesome, let's do this. Oh wait, this has a Papa Roach song in it. Shit.
And they can't go in and remove it.
Yeah, so it's because like they can't remove it from the back of the fucking disc. So it's like unless they're doing a remake like they did with Halo 2 Remastered, and they just took out the Breaking Benjamin song. Which, man, what a time.
Right?
Papa Roach and Breaking Benjamin appearing in our AAA video games.
Man, I played a good amount of like I think it was like Raw SmackDown 2004 or something like that, and that's what all the bands in that game were, and it was a time.
Dude, like when I'm up there, I want us to like I want to buy an original Xbox and you and I just to run through the catalog.
I would not be opposed to that.
Just do quick looks of all these old Xbox games.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be so dope. Armed and Dangerous.
We're playing Blinx the Time Sweeper.
Yeah, absolutely. They have that in HD now.
Do they?
I think so. They did Voodoo Vance.
I'm gonna check this out because Blinx the Time Sweeper is like the unofficial mascot of the janitor, as far as I'm concerned. I've been looking for like a Blinx the Time Sweeper sticker.
Please, write that as a note right now for the title. Blinx the mascot is the unofficial. Blinx the Time Sweeper is the unofficial mascot of janitors everywhere.
Look, where else are you gonna get your janitor role models? I ask you.
Scruffy the janitor from Futurama.
Scruffy the janitor. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
The janitor from Scrubs.
Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of Scrubs, but I know that guy was cool.
Yeah, like he was real funny in that show. Who are the
Who wasn't?
The Magic Brooms in Fantasia.
That's your. Okay.
I'm trying to think of other janitors. I don't know. That's all I got.
It's hard, huh?
Yeah.
Not a lot of love for janitors.
No. I mean, same thing for us insurance salesmen, though.
Well, yeah. Who's your mascot? Who's a character that was like an insurance salesman, and then everything went wrong, and they went on a killing spree, but the good kind.
Yeah. There you go. Plumbers have fucking Mario, though.
Yeah, see, plumbers have Mario. They don't really have much to worry about.
Oh, they don't worry about shit. Karate hobos have Ryu.
For all the karate hobos out there. You don't know, man. I'm not gonna mess with any homeless person.
Me neither.
I'm not gonna find out.
They could be a karate hobo.
They could be a karate hobo. You don't know. I'm not gonna test it.
Oh yeah, put that. I'm gonna start having you do show notes.
Okay. I remember one time while living in Reno, I was kind of semi-homeless. I was staying at a friend's place, and it just kind of wandered around. And my food was like, I would get a McDouble and a McChicken, which at the time was $1 each, and that was my food for the entire day. And so I was like walking around, and then a homeless person came up to me, and he goes, "Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you." I was like, "What? Okay." That could have been the reason I bring this up is that could have been a karate hobo.
That could have been. Maybe
that wasn't like I'm not gonna hurt you because I'm homeless. It could have been I'm not gonna hurt you
even
though I'm a karate hobo.
Like I'm not gonna hurt you because even though every muscle of my body is a killing machine.
You don't know, man.
Oh, buddy. But yeah, no. Please take that notation down for the Blinx the Time Sweeper.
Yeah, no, it's done. We're good.
Okay. Because like last week when I was doing the title, I forgot.
I forgot. Yeah.
I was like, shit. All right. Yeah. So
that in our notes right now.
Yeah. We got. So yeah, that's the like I love the original Xbox. I really do.
Yeah. A nostalgic love. I don't know if it's all deserved, but
I think some of it's deserved. Like I think Jade Empire is still pretty cool.
Never played.
I think Fable is still really cool. I think those Halo games still hold up.
Halo is and will continue to just be fantastic.
Yeah,
so.
So we got news.
We have news.
News
soon after E3.
Yeah, like we got a couple different ones. Like it's news, and then like it's two news stories, and then one like news story meets opinion thing.
Okay, that's fine.
So the first thing is Nintendo.
All right.
So during E3, right before E3, and after E3, a bunch of news about Nintendo not knowing dick about the internet continue to surface.
Okay.
The first thing is we brought up a little bit last week, the National Dex, Pokedex, not going to be a part of Sword and Shield. There's only be a little over 400 some odd Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, and that's basically it.
Right.
Like that, you know. So, and even though it's like, even though they said for X and Y that like, oh yeah, we did all these animations and shit to make so all this could carry over to future iterations. Nah, because they said like we had to make a bunch of new animations for the out in the open world and whatnot.
Yep.
So here you go. But
turns out you can't tell what the future holds.
Well, it turns out I still say this is kind of bullshit because Pokemon makes more money than God.
Yep.
And like you can kind of tell that they still develop in like the 3DS / regular DS era of video games.
Yep.
And on those systems, and it's just like, look, you guys are on a console now.
Right.
Like you guys have to like actually push forward a little bit. Like, and it hurts me to say that because like I like. Here's the thing: I'm not an every gen Pokemon guy.
Okay.
I've played every gen except Diamond and Pearl and Black and White 2.
Okay.
And like I loved X and Y.
It's great.
Because like Black and White kind of officially kicked me away from Pokemon. Like,
oh, really? Weren't a fan?
Black and White made me go like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm done with Pokemon. But then X and Y came out, and they like were promising like, oh yeah, you can choose from the new starters, but we also have the original starters.
Yep.
And then also we have like all this other weird cool shit and like quality of life enhancements. And they made Pokemon suit and like the tutorial wasn't that long, you know. And it was like this super fun like real reintroduction back to Pokemon for me. Like I loved X and Y. It was. And I was also in the perfect place to play it. I was working at AT&T at the time in tech support, so like everyone was playing it on like breaks and shit. Like we saw my boss at the midnight launch.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was just this thing where it was this real magical experience, and I have not had that with Pokemon in their main series games. Go is a different story. Since.
Right.
And I don't know.
I've been thinking about it a lot, over the last couple weeks, and it's just I wonder because you see what Game Freak's making outside of Pokemon, with games like Harmonite, and one of my favorites, Pocket Card Jockey, and then they're working on this game Home. I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up. But like they're working on other things outside of Pokemon now because they want to. And you see what they're doing with Pokemon, and they're trying to put all the care that they can into it. They've crafted this new region that looks interesting, and that's one thing that's I think is held up throughout Pokemon since 4 is they put a huge emphasis on creating new and interesting regions based on real places outside of Japan. And I just find that fascinating. But you could see how things are kind of dropping off in quality. And then when that happens, especially as you start to get towards the console and you're expecting console quality and you're getting like mobile quality, like I totally understand why that is, but it's hard to accept it, especially when you say we can't get all these Pokemon into one game anymore because it's just too much, which again I don't necessarily buy. If you have the money, you can get the people to make that happen.
Right, and it's not like this game isn't going to make its money back. Right. Like it's not like, oh, you mean Pokemon, the biggest IP in the world?
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, so I don't know. This kind of soured me a little bit. I'm still gonna buy the game. I'm still gonna check it out.
Yeah. If it comes out and it has half the Pokemon and then it looks the way it does, where it's mobile developers trying to create a console game, and then put on top of that like all of the old design around the game where you have like a tutorial setup, and it's always going to be that one difficulty. Like that particular problem, I don't have a problem with because I'm just more about exploring the world and seeing what the new Pokemon are. But like, I think with all of these other problems, that's also a legitimate concern. That like when all of these little things add together, it's like Pokemon needs to be updated. And I don't know if Game Freak is the team to do it.
Right, and it's a real shame because like I have strong nostalgic feelings for Pokemon.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite franchises from like my childhood, and like there are strong feelings I have towards multiple games in the franchise.
Yep.
So but like this is a case of just Nintendo and more particularly Game Freak in this case just being like behind the curve. The next one is Nintendo being behind the curve. So do you remember when like that Mario Maker 2 trailer came out and it looked super dope?
Yep.
And they had slopes. They had all kinds of cool shit.
All sorts of cool stuff.
And then they're like, you can play online.
Yep.
With other people.
That's great. Yes.
What if I told you it was only with random strangers?
What?
That was the case during and before E3. Since the E3, they have come out and said there will be a patch in the first week or two to make it so it can be with your friends as well.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they're fixing it.
But, like, I'm just like, how did that not seem obvious to you?
Right.
Like, what the hell?
Is it possible it has something to do with, like, Japanese gaming culture? Like, that's not an expectation?
I don't think so, because, like, Japan loves Final Fantasy XIV and Phantasy Star and, like, all these MMOs and Monster Hunter. I think it's just more of a, like, it's a Nintendo thing. Like, I remember there was a and I showed you the video that talked about this, where like 5-6 years ago before the Wii U was out, they had like a guy from the U.S. come out to help Nintendo, like from the U.S. online side of things, to help the Japanese head guys with stuff, and he kept saying like, well, Xbox Live does this, so we gotta do this. Steam does this, so we gotta do this.
Right.
PSN does this, they gotta do this. And then, like, he got pulled aside, and there's like, okay, look, you need to stop saying Xbox Live or PSN or Steam because none of these people here use that service or know what that is.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Which, fine.
I get why they don't use Xbox Live, because,
Japan. But like, even then, just like, yes, okay, I get it. Older Japanese programmer, man, fine. But, like, on the other side of that, like,
it's amazing how gaming has benefited from the online side of things.
Like, in a lot of ways, yeah. Like, you can do a game like Mario Maker before online.
Yeah.
And even then, it's on the most archaic version of online, but still it works.
Right.
Well, I mean, you can tell how like much Nintendo gives a shit about online just because of the Switch, and the Switch is an improvement.
Yep.
But like, it's also like still like behind the times. Like, okay, it's only $20 a year, which that's peanuts.
Right.
Like that's nothing.
Yep.
But you're getting online play. You're getting cross-game chat, but through your phone, so it's like, why not just use Discord?
Which is exactly what we do. Yep. Like, ridiculous.
Fucking right.
I don't even have the app, because why? It just does not come close to serving the purpose.
Yeah, and then, like, so there's that, and then and then you get these free NES games. Woo!
Which, yeah, nice.
These games I've played over and over for the past 30 years. Ooh. Oh, hey.
Some people are into it, but it's just not. I just don't think it's enough.
Oh, hey, my 6th copy of Punch-Out. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Punch-Out's pretty cool.
My, 100th copy of Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Versus like over on Xbox Live or PSN where it's like, hey, you're getting Sonic Mania and you're getting, Wolfenstein 2.
Right. Yeah. I just got through PlayStation Plus. I got Sonic Mania and the Handsome Collection Borderlands.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus had a killer month.
Yep.
You fucking play
Downloaded both of those.
Yeah, got pre-sequel, got Sonic Mania. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight was like 2 months ago.
Right.
But on my Nintendo, what was the Nintendo game this month? The NES game this month?
I'm so
idea. Curious. I have to know. Let's see. Online service. Alright, let's see. Nintendo Entertainment Service. And like, oh man, you can play original Nintendo games online. And I'm like, ooh, well.
Great.
Awesome. Just rustle my jimmies, why don't you?
Oh my god. I don't know.
And they got a good list, like Super Mario Bros. 2, Zelda, River City Ransom.
No, obviously, these aren't bad games.
Yeah. Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream.
Right.
But yeah, it's just you want what would get me more is Super Nintendo games.
Sure.
If they that would be the first big switch here because here's the thing about Nintendo games is they're just old enough where most people, if they're not really into Nintendo, they won't care. And and then also the fact that most of these games haven't aged super great versus a lot of SNES stuff has. Chrono Trigger is still amazing. Final Fantasy VI still a great. Super Metroid is still a classic.
Yep.
Not so much OG Metroid. Not great that to play these days. So yeah, it's just you have this. So that's the first thing. So, well, they came out. They said they rolled that back, and Mario Maker's out in Friday as of this posting.
Wow.
So it'll be out in 3 days. I haven't pre-ordered.
Okay.
I have it preloaded too. Just midnight. Boom. Let's play.
I expect to hear updates on Mario Maker 2.
I will let you know. I was a really big creator for that game for about all of 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because I had a rivalry. Because I had a group of people where we were all just making levels for each other and being assholes. Just here's this Kaizo Mario nightmare that I made and beat for you so you could do it. Here, suffer with me.
Yep.
Yeah, and that lasted for about all of 3 weeks to a month, and then died down immediately.
Man.
So let's see, what else is there?
Real quick correction. That other game that Game Freak's working on is called Town, which looks interesting and also looks better graphically than what Pokemon's coming out to be. But I imagine it's also a smaller game.
Probably.
Anyway.
Last one is, Cloud Saves is part of their online service, except for select games.
Oh.
Now, what is a game where you would really want cloud saves? My Switch was stolen, but I still get my game saves. A game where you collect a lot of stuff.
A lot of things. Pay off some debts.
Yeah. And it's very cute, but, it's really about the economy and money.
It's all about the economy.
And acquiring new stuff.
Okay.
Would it be, I don't know, Animal Crossing?
No, that doesn't sound right.
Nah, not at all. But, man, you want to...
So, okay. It's Animal Crossing.
So, Animal Crossing, due to the fact that people might exploit it, is not going to have cloud saves.
That people might exploit it.
Yeah, they might, fucking find ways to, make, here, let's use this save state and this thing and just reload over and over and over and over. and over again to like dupe items and shit. But like, here's my problem with this.
Yeah.
Like, one, it's a single player game.
That's a thing.
Like, it's a single player. Who cares?
Is there going to be like multiplayer interaction? If so, you should tell us.
Like, yeah, there's multiplayer interaction in all of them, but like, it's nothing like permanent. Like, it's like I can give my friends items, or I can.
Can you give them bells?
No, I don't think you can. You can give them fruit, which that's in my opinion more valuable because if my town has oranges and yours has apples, apples are way more valuable in my town. So I take a bunch of apples, I plant a bunch of apple trees, and now I have a shit ton of apple trees to sell all this shit to.
So you're technically, getting money in an indirect way, but again, it's not like Nintendo's making bank off microtransactions in your Animal Crossing game.
Yeah, so it's like...
So why?
It's dumb. It's super dumb.
Oh my god. They got a lot of catching up to do. Apparently, Reggie could not get it through to them. Or I don't know if he was even a big proponent.
Yeah, I think Reggie was just like, let's release cool games.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Which I get.
But yeah, that's kind of my Nintendo like thing that I wanted to discuss because like it's fucking 20. It's like, I know, current year argument.
Yeah.
I'm aware, current year argument. Thank you, internet. But like fucking, it's 2019, and I still have to use fucking friend codes. They made it a little better. I can now connect Facebook and Twitter to it to add people that way.
Oh, great.
But it's still just like,
yeah.
Why can't you just give me a name? Why can't you just like give me a name, give me fucking cross-game chat? By the way, hey Nintendo, it's been 2 years now. Why can't you give me a Netflix app?
That would be an amazing thing to have Netflix on.
They got Hulu. They got fucking YouTube. You know? Like, what about a Netflix app? I just want to watch, they have 2 Netflix games coming to the Switch, but no Netflix app. Yeah, they got Stranger Things and they got Dark Crystal.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know, man.
And it can't be that hard because Hulu and YouTube already exist and are on it and fine.
It couldn't be a thing where like Hulu.
Hulu what? Hulu what? Oh my god. No. No. Oh, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties, everyone. Give us 1 minute and we'll be back in part 2.